Good day, parceros. I just turned 40 years old, so I think I owe you guys an update about what's been happening in my life, what's been going on. I just spent the weekend on Gili Island next to Bali, a wonderful place to pass a weekend and enjoy the snorkeling and the turtles and the massages and the bicycle rides and the shroom shakes. There's a lot of stuff going on over on Gili Island. I would recommend it. I'm here in Kuala Lumpur resetting my visa. I'm floating. I'm still looking for my base. I want to own property. I want to own a cash flowing portfolio of assets. It's always been the goal. And since my Sam Life Far days came to an end, I had a plan to live my best life. We're living this digital attention economy, and my ability that I really grew and evolved in Life Afar was the ability to create videos and tell stories and build brands around that. So I chose a couple brands that I would like to make content for the rest of my life. Content that not only connects with people that I want to connect with, but it also incentivizes and encourages my own evolution in those areas. So I came up with a plan that I knew I could commit to for 10 years, and I'm about halfway through, and it hasn't been easy, that's for sure. We got a bandsaw, we got some rain. Let's go to the next scene. One pattern that I've noticed in my life that has a profound impact on the trajectory of my life is my knack for finding shortcuts, whether it's making video content to grow a brand or the final touch, kicking a ball at the goal at football. I'm able to get very good at the thing that has high ROI on my time and energy. So I'm always looking for that high impact leverage activity to generate the maximum output. But when you get really good at something and you're really good at just that thing, especially when you're in a larger group or team, sometimes you can neglect growth in other areas. And that's definitely something that I've become aware of over the past few years. And I've realized and, been in the trenches realizing that building a business is very different than building content and building brand. So what I've done to, encourage, incentivize my own personal development in those different areas is I've identified brands that are a story that I want to tell for the rest of my life that will give me the time to grow and develop in these areas. The first one is around posture correction. You may have seen some of my videos a few years ago where I was struggling with health that was due to a kyphoscoliosis, which is basically a corkscrewing twist of the spine, which was starting to collapse and choke me out from the inside out. And I had to go through a process of unraveling myself, essentially. And I started making video content around that. It started going pretty viral on TikTok, and I started realizing there's a lot of people out there who could use some of the exercises, mindsets, breath work, protocols that I do in my own journey. So I've actually created a Posture Dojo community on School, and I've started inviting people in there to do the protocol. I think this is something really close to my heart. I think our wellness is our number one priority, and that was really the first thing that I went to when I moved on from the Sam Life Afar days, was that my health is the priority. Being my best mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's the best thing I can do for anyone else out there, is to prioritize that and make sure that I'm doing well. And I've gotten that, and I've had that quality of life and that quality of health, and then been developing the consistency, the discipline, the ability to teach people these types of concepts. And a animal energy came to me in this, and it's a character that I'm actually bringing to life, and it's called Flow Wolf. and it's a white wolf with green emerald eyes, and it's a healing body, it's a healing energy in that brand that people can awaken and empower themselves to take charge of their own postures. Many people with scoliosis get told that bracing or surgery is really the only thing they can do, and if they aren't eligible for surgery or don't get the surgery, there's nothing really you can do, and you got to live with it, which is completely not true, and it's actually kind of dangerous and negligent to kind of put that in the mind of somebody. So that's a mission and a mascot essentially that I've got and been building, along with another animal, which is a blue flamingo. And this blue flamingo is called Featherfoot, and he represents more of the masculine energy that I'm developing around becoming a sovereign individual, developing freedom of finances, freedom of time, and freedom of location. And I think a blue flamingo who grew up a little bit different than everyone else and went out to explore and become, independent, but also realized the value of networking and investment in things like real estate and Bitcoin and gold and all of those types of assets that truly make a person a provider for the family, for the people around them. So there are really two facets between the wolf and the flamingo that I'm developing as I go, and as I make content for each brand. Making content for me is a process of personal development. When I pick out topics in those areas, I learn about them more, I learn them well enough that I'm able to teach them, and then when you teach, you also learn as well. And then I'm adding in the fact that we're moving into an age of AI and blockchain. And how that's going to play out, I don't know exactly, but I do know that I'm positioning myself with characters, mascots, brand ambassadors that very soon, and I believe this year, I'll be able to bring to life. Artificial life, but bring to life. And these mascots will become agents, and they'll become allies on my mission to kind of fulfill these missions on either side. And I'm gonna sit in the middle and narrate what's going on. I believe one of the greatest things that I can provide for you out there is another set of eyes on this digital attention economy that is going to be very noisy and very distracting and sometimes make us forget that being in nature and connecting to source is one of the greatest things that we can be doing with our time here, connecting with the people around us physically. I truly believe privacy and nature, some of the features of like the luxury of the future. So those are kind of things that I'm thinking through at the moment, and that's where I'll be going on this channel. So one of the biggest challenges in my life has been finding a alignment of vision and purpose and business like I had in the Sam Life Far days, when the vision to live, travel, and invest anywhere was something that I could live and could actually support my lifestyle through a business, a vehicle, which was actually creating these cash flowing lifestyle assets that many developers know and love today. But finding that same feeling of being in aligned flow, talking about something that I'm passionate about, has been really, really hard to find again. But I sense it's coming, and I sense I'm close. I'm not there yet. So it's going to be hard for me to promise what's coming on this channel because it will change. I will need to pivot. It's going to be an ongoing process. And I know I'm going to regret it if I don't start documenting and uploading it. I know this is a really beneficial thing for me. And then I find out down the road that it's beneficial for you guys when you see these these perspectives that I'm sharing, and my plan here is to share the perspective and the position that I'm in order to navigate this rapidly unfolding, exciting time that we're living in. There's obviously cataclysmic change that's rippling through so many different facets of our society and our understanding of reality, and absolutely everything from the digital exponentially accelerating technology, AI, crypto, all those buzzwords that are in some ways profoundly impacting our civilization, but in some ways are going to, I feel, take us back to exactly the same place we've always been, which is realizing that being in community, sitting around a campfire, singing, dancing, sharing our unique creative expression is still going to be the answer. But we have now a lot more fun ways to build and leverage our time on this beautiful planet. So I'm going to be talking about who knows what. I'm going to be really careful to promise what I'm going to talk about, how often I'm uploading. I just know that I want to start documenting what I'm doing, because I do see things that I think will be valuable for people who are, in particular, personal brands, people who are building their online presence to connect with people they want to connect to fulfill their purpose, people who are developing real estate and realize that the attention economy is a way that we can attract and find capital to build into the physical. So developers who realize that branding and content are part of funding the future of our civilization. Developers are the ones who are putting together the teams and the designs that are impacting our world in a very tangible way, and those are definitely people that I would like to connect to. I will be doing some real estate marketing, consulting, branding strategy, things that I love around that. So we'll be talking about that kind of thing. And I will be uploading regular kind of single story vlogs around posture correction, sharing different strategies that I do for my own psychosomatic and holistic posture correction. That'll be on my other channel that I'll link. And I'll be developing these mascots into actual entities, actual artificial agents that are allowing me to spend more time in nature. Because why not? This technology exists. These are the very real opportunities of today. And so this channel will be about documenting how I'm implementing technology into my businesses, into content creation, all that good stuff. I think that's enough for now. I hope that gives you into some insight over what's going on in my life right now. I am in Bali. It's a beautiful, magical island, and so I might be sharing some adventures from that. I don't know what I'm going to share. Let me know what interests you at this moment. This truly is about connecting with other people, sharing the journey. So let me know what interests you about these next times that are unfolding here, and we'll see you in the next one.